Okay. This is both vlog footage and insurance evidence, because we're gonna have to make a massive claim because it's raining through from our second story to our, well, from our first story to our ground floor. My wife just came running into the office shouting, shit, 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 come inside, turn off the water. So I turned off the water to the house, but it was raining down here through the ceiling on the ground floor. So we're probably gonna have to get the carpet ripped up, potentially the ceilings ripped out, because there's a lot of water damage that's gonna be happening if we don't deal with that soon. It's just dripping down. You can already see yeah, I'll go show the pipe. Hang on a second. Okay, so this is the top floor, and we've got, fortunately, the carpet's salvaged. The water only came out to about here, but that's because the water actually burst under here. So I believe it to be one of these things. In fact, that looks like the problem. And we'll have been running down behind here into the ceiling on the floor below, and through whatever cracks and crevices it could get into. So I don't know for how long, but we've just had water pouring into the roof cavity underneath this floor. So we're going to try and mop up everything we can, but with things like this, if you don't deal with the bigger stuff under the surface, then you could have bigger problems later. So this is fun, and it brings to mind the phrase, when it rains it pours. I've been dealing with a lot of crap in the last couple of weeks. I feel like a lot of our vlogs lately have just been crap things happening. Fortunately, they're all temporary and solvable problems, but it feels like it's one thing after the next, you know? Like, I still haven't got a properly functioning computer. I have a game plan for how we're gonna go about fixing it. My brother's coming over to help me do some testing and diagnosing tonight. But essentially we're betting on it at the moment being a problem with the RAM. We're gonna clear the CMOS and swap around the RAM and do diagnostics with different RAM. And hopefully that's the problem, because that's a very easy to solve problem. The flooding aside and the pipe bursting aside, I have to get work done because I have a deadline today for a sponsored video, which, by the way, like, these sponsored videos are awesome and great opportunities. Like, I love when these happen because we only take them on board when they're a great fit and all of that. But the timing is awful. Like, not of the sponsors, but of the problems around the sponsors. It's so crappy. Like, even if it was just normal content, even if I was just trying to keep on the YouTube treadmill, you know, that it's annoying enough. But when you're also accountable to other people, it's just like, come on, you gotta give a professional result, you gotta do it on time, which I'm gonna do, regardless of these problems, but my God. Oh. The sponsor isn't a dedicated video, they're sort of like a plug spot. So basically the difference is when you have a dedicated video, the entire theme of the video is centered around the sponsor. Whereas a plug spot essentially means I can do whatever I want, and in the process of that video, I plug a sponsor. So that's what's happening in this case with the Audible sponsorship, which is great because it fits with what I want to do anyway. I'm going to do a biro, a ballpoint pen art challenge, but I'm going to use one of these babies. Good old 4 colors in one pen. These things are classic. And I'm going to use a nice cheap Kmart sketchbook, and I'm going to make a piece as epic as I can, and that's my task for today. So I think the artwork will probably take about 3 hours to do. I'm going to primarily film on the other computer which isn't dying, but I'm also going to secondarily film on the computer which is dying and hope that it doesn't die. Yay. Also, construction is happening at the same time, so I can't really record audio right now, but when they're on their lunch break, I'll try and record the intro and outro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Always look on the bright side of life. Okay, so I finished the artwork. I was recording on both computers, one camera on each, and halfway through, the main computer, the one that's been giving me trouble, just started going ballistic, and it hasn't been able to turn on since. I've just left it for half an hour, so I'm trying to turn it on now, and you'll see the result momentarily. There you go. So it's not even turning on now. I'm hoping somehow that I can get it to turn on even temporarily, just to take the files that I did record, because I stopped and started when I was making the artwork, so there will be some usable footage. And if I can salvage that, then I can edit and do the rest on the other computer. I still can do the whole thing on the other computer without any footage from this computer, but it'd be nice to be able to swap between the cameras. So here's to hoping. Come on. Don't disappoint me, come on. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, I've finished the second deadline video and I can finally start to relax just a little bit. It is late, it is, there you go, 9 PM, but hey, it's not 1 AM. Like it was last night when I finished. So we're doing better. I did do this whole thing on the secondary computer. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to salvage the second camera angle, which was captured on my new computer, which has been dying all day, but that's okay. I am still actually really happy with how the video has turned out, and it's one of my favorite challenges as far as the result and how it came together, which I'm really rapt about. So I feel like today's been a really long day, at the end of a really long week, at the end of a really long month, and I feel like I've been bombarding you guys with a lot of negativity. And look, sometimes crap happens, so I'm sorry if it's been a bit of a downer lately. Yes, the house flooded today, and yes, my brand new computer has been hating me, but there are a lot of silver linings that I realized that I was talking to Mrs. Jazza about. One, the house didn't flood while we were overseas or during the middle of the night. Both of those scenarios would have been horrendously horrible. We caught it pretty much straight away, and we should be able to fix it pretty easy, and it's almost dried up after a lot of towels and laundromat work. And as far as the computer goes, I've actually attacked it with my brother's help, and we seem to have been able to diagnose that it was a RAM issue. We're using his RAM for now. Just to see if it actually turns on, because it hasn't even been turning on lately. Oh, please don't bugger up.
Look,
it's so disheartening seeing it just go straight to, hey! Okay, well I guess that was predictable given the errors we were getting, but that's good. That's a good sign. So I should be able to use that computer tomorrow, set things up, and until my replacement RAM comes in, I will still be able to use the computer and get things moving and reorganize myself. So it could have been a worse issue. It also could have happened after I made everything set up the way I wanted it, and then might have had to lose work or reformat or something, and it's made me prepare myself so that I can think ahead and think, I need to plan my files and structures in a way so that if a computer that I'm working on dies, I can use the media server that we got to use any other computer to work on the same files. So I'm going to be able to work on that, and I'll start on that tomorrow. Beyond that, other cool stuff has been happening. The studio has been getting a bit of work done. I'm going to cut to a clip that I filmed earlier today of some of the work that was done on the studio, so you guys can see a bit of progress there. Whoa, look at this. The cladding on all of the back is done. And we come around the front here, and that's nearly all of the weatherboards on the front. And when you come around here, they've made good progress there, and you can see there's a window which makes the interior of the shed section feel much bigger if I open this up with the window in. It's awesome. Oh, so nice. And then another awesome piece of good news that came in today is that I'm officially listed as a VidCon Australia featured creator, which you guys know I've been really hoping for a long time, and that's just really cool news. And it means that anyone in Australia who's going to VidCon in Melbourne, I'm going to be doing a couple of panels, I'm going to do a meet and greet, I'm even going to be on the main stage doing like a drawing thing for 5 minutes on like one of the main event things, which is super cool. Like, as far as feeling validated and embraced by the community I'm a part of, like, this is all really cool stuff. And the problems we've been struggling against are all temporary and could have been a lot worse. So thank you all for being so you know, encouraging through all this crap and sticking with me through the negativity. And we've got a lot of cool stuff happening as well, and there are some silver linings. Oh, and another cool thing is tomorrow's going to be a bit of a different sort of day. Rob's coming back. Whoa, it's the return of Rob. We're going to be working on Arty games. Specifically, we need to do an update and resubmit it to the iOS because it does this weird yearly thing, and then beyond that we're actually going to start planning for a few extra features and bug fixes, so that'll be fun. And I'll also be setting up my computer and hopefully sorting out a bit of this chaos. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I guess until tomorrow, I'll see you later.